Some of the feedback that we've gotten over the past couple of years of uploading videos to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube is that you guys seem to like a lot about the day in the life, or the more importantly, the journey of building something in the real estate space. We're gonna upload videos every day over the next for a long period of time. Don't know how long we're gonna go, but we're gonna go as long as possible, and we're gonna document the growth of specifically the California, the LA, the Orange County, and the San Diego building of the real estate team here in Southern California. Everything from what's working, what's not working, why we're doing it, why now in one of the toughest real estate markets in the economy. If you know anything about me in the past, you know that most of the successful ventures that I've operated were built in very challenging times in regards to where the market is, because I believe that's where all innovation happens. It's easy to say everything is easy and great and profitable and scalable when the market's great. But if you look at the data, very few companies make up a lot of their ground in great markets. They make up the majority of their ground in what we would call like a down market, which I don't think we're in, but we're definitely in a challenging market. I've seen these stats all over the place about how many thousands of real estate agents are just flat out walking away from the industry every single month, which I think is unfortunate. There are challenges to the market. A lot of this is self-inflicted. A lot of it is mental. A lot of it is the market that most of the real estate economy got used to these past 10 years was not a real market. It was a crazy aggressive bull run that was awesome. But I don't know that we ever want to see something like that again, because it leads to the economy that we're in right now. So today's day one, interesting day. Tuesdays are normally a very busy day, and today's no different. A lot of coaching calls. I think we have 5 coaching calls today. 2 calls with people that I'm looking to partner with here in Southern California. I'm not sure if they're a fit, or if they are, if you watch this video and at the end, maybe there'll be some insight on that. Maybe there won't. I don't know. And then we've got a couple recruiting calls that we want to do. So I don't typically like to do that many calls in a single day, mainly because the more that you do, you get tired throughout the day and the energy level kind of changes. So you got to manage that as that goes. But 5 coaching calls, 2 partner calls, 1 or 2 recruiting calls, filming this video and doing everything else. Today is also a big launch day for Real at One Real Rise. I do wish I was there. I'm not there. I have no idea what Real is announcing today. I'm sure it has something to do with AI and something to do with probably something, finance or some education stuff, which I think is going to be great. The thing that I love about Real, and I am, repping the swag today. The thing that I love about Real is that they build for the agent. They don't build for attraction and recruitment, which makes everybody's job easier. So it'll be exciting to see what they do later on. Join me on the journey. Let's see what these calls look like, and we'll see where the day goes. So today we have One Real Rise. Unfortunately, I'm not going. I wish I was going. There's always a sense of FOMO of everything that gets announced every year. Today, I think it's going to be a lot about ancillary revenue for real agents. I'm sure there's going to be a rev share update, more updates on AI. Right now, actually, as I'm recording this, it's 9:53. So technically, the announcements have already been made, and we're just kind of waiting on the press releases to see what comes out, what's new, what they're doing to help move the industry forward. I've never been not shocked before, so excited to see what they're launching this year. There's a reason why we run the business on Real. It's easy. It's painless. Spend as much or as little as you want. Nobody gets in your business. And in fact, I would argue that there's more innovation at Real that focuses on agent growth as opposed to just literally like finding more agents, which is great. It's refreshing, because a lot of people with cloud-based brokerages, call Keller Williams a hybrid brokerage, EXP, LPT, Realty Masters of America. I don't know if they have rev share or not. Real Broker. There's like this understanding that you join these brokerages and then right away there's like some magic person that like hits your email every day and says, hey, go out there and recruit and attract. And that's not really how it goes. It's fair to assume that that's how it does work, because when you're not on the inside, and everybody talks about attraction and sponsorship and all that stuff, super easy to assume that it's the business model of the brokerage is just agent attraction. It's not actually selling real estate, which couldn't be further from the truth, which I love. Look at that, no protein. Okay, well, guess we got to go get protein. All right, we're back in business. Have everything in stock. Tuesdays are normally a pretty crazy day. I'm sure I'll probably summarize this later on in the video, but we have a lot of back-to-back coaching calls. We've got some meetings for the team today, some partners that we're looking to partner with, and that's going to take up pretty much the entire afternoon. I actually don't, and I would do this the same in your real estate business. I actually don't take any meetings in the morning. And I do that for a couple different reasons. Number one, we have to have time for marketing. Like that's content creation, that's ads, that's all of that stuff. Like if you don't make time for that every single day, and marketing could be anything. It could be creating content like this. It could be running meta ads. It could be, whatever you think marketing is. It could be door knocking, it could be doing open houses. But if you don't set time aside from that every single day, then what tends to happen is like the email gets out of control, phone calls get out of control, like the daily task list, all that stuff sets in. And then pretty soon it's 5:30, kids want to go somewhere, or, you got soccer or whatever's going on, and you got nothing else to show for it, which is not ideal. So you want to time block that stuff as much as possible and make sure that you've got time to handle everything else in the business outside of that. So I think today is 4 coaching calls, 2 discovery calls that we call, and then 1 partnership call that's going to be back to back. I'll give you guys a little bit of insight on those calls. I can't obviously disclose the audio because I don't have permission from the clients to do it, but most of them are handled on Zoom. We're looking for a new project management system right now, considering Basecamp. We use Notion right now. Notion independently is awesome, but it's really hard to train people outside of the organization to use it because it's basically just like a big data table that you can manipulate in so many different ways. So to be able to explain that logic to people as that scales out takes a lot of time. So we're looking more for something that we can create one little area for our coaching clients to come in, put all their goals, put everything that they need, all of their task management system, and then we just coach to the growth of that. It might be a little bit too much peanut butter today. We'll see. All right. So for obvious reasons, I can't give you the audio from the coaching calls. I've been doing consulting with agents since 2011. I've done easily over 10,000 coaching calls. And the majority of people that come into my schedule are really focused on a couple of things. Number one, how to add leverage into their business, whether that's through people, systems, or technology. And then secondly, how to make, or I should say second, how to streamline and build consistency around inbound lead generation. This specific coaching call was focused around using Follow-Up Boss and using the automations that are already in that CRM to follow up with leads that were coming in on a very specific offer that we had built in this market. This offer was a fairly straightforward one where the agent has a product to where they will do all the rehab and all the work for you for a certain flat fee to get the price as high as they can. And then there's a rev share component of how much equity they generate. And he was talking about how, we can attract more sellers with that. He's working with 2 clients right now that's working really well with. And so we worked on a process to strategize, or we strategized around a process rather, on how to document that process and then use that as an ad platform for future listings after that. All right, it's about 1:30 and we're looking at some office space that we're looking for. Nothing crazy in Carlsbad, just probably 2,200 square feet. And then something with a little bit of space to do virtual, maybe in-person events. But first, we got to get the espresso in for the rest of the day. It's really important to measure the exact amount needed. Most people are drinking shitty espresso and they don't even know it. Bad. You don't want to do that. I wish you could see it come out. Well, maybe we can. I cannot tell you for a long time I was making espresso the total wrong way. And I thought I always thought it tasted better at the Better Buzz or La Costa Coffee or wherever we go. And then I learned, I've had this machine for maybe 7 years. We use it every single day. I only learned a couple weeks ago that there was 2 things I was doing significantly wrong. So we made those 2 changes and this espresso's totally different now, which is great. And I don't know if you can see that, but it is perfectly done. I'll take it. All right, so you might be asking, in 2025 going into 26, why would somebody want an office right now, especially when the team covers the entire southern part of California? Nobody's going to come to the office all the time. Is that even an expense worth investing in? And the answer is, I agree with you, actually. Your team was completely remote. I don't know that I would invest in an office. Maybe like a WeWork or like a Regis or something like that would be good, but we need, ultimately the goal is within the next 6 months is to start onboarding a fairly large in-house sales team that can set appointments for everybody on the team in Southern California. And for those people, I would really like them to be in the office with us. We'll probably start with 5 or 6, maybe get to 10 relatively quick. And then by the end of the year, hopefully we can get to around 20 to 30 inside sales reps that are just calling all the listing ads that we're running at any given time and then partnering those deals with agents that are on the team. That part of the team is much harder to run remote. I think they need to be in person, not so you can watch them like a hawk, but so you can make them better, improve the scripts, look at the metrics, analyze the KPIs, all that fun stuff. Plus, I think with that type of position, I think they do well when they're with other people doing very similar things. Being a real estate agent in the actual field is a very seclusive, reclusive, solitary type of job. It can feel like we're alone a lot of times. Even when you run a big team, it can feel very lonely. So for that spot to keep everybody going, to keep everybody making a lot of money setting appointments, it's important for them to be together. So I don't know if we're going to find something like that right now. We'll see. Maybe it's something that somebody owns and then we can kind of grow into over time. That would be ideal. The office landscape here in Carlsbad's kind of weird. I don't know that even exists right now. I've got 2 that we're looking at right now. Maybe later on this week, we'll go take a look and I'll take you guys on the ride for it. Okay, this was call number 2. Really simple call, just how to scale a local newsletter, the mechanics of how to use AI and all that fun stuff to get a newsletter that's actually gets traction, gets people subscribed to it. The method behind this is to talk about real estate over and over and over again, every avenue of real estate on the East Coast, what the market's doing, where it's been, what's getting listed, why are things going the way they're going, and then how to run ads against that to get subscribers, and then how to bake call to actions in that newsletter so that as the subscriber base grows, the more people click those call to actions. And if you have automation set up correctly based on the CRM you have, then the people that click those call to actions trigger a deal in a pipeline, and then that triggers a follow-up from the team. And so the goal with a newsletter-based type of business is to get literally thousands and thousands and thousands of people to opt into that newsletter. And then the bigger it is, the more people click the call to actions, the more they click the call to actions, the more calls we schedule. These are the calls that like I really love having because this is where like true leverage really gets to set in. And so on this call, we were building out an internal ISA team. This specific team has something like 15,000 registrations in what they would call a pond and follow up boss, and big team, big Zillow Flex team. They do a lot of Zillow deals, but where the team probably has the biggest amount of growth to go is working through the CRM right now and staying in front of all these leads that had registered over the past 5 years and just making helping them understand that like they're their only choice. I don't know what it is. Agents, they love new leads. They love to follow up with stuff right now, but things that aren't right now, they tend just to fall by the wayside. So rather than trying to spend the time of convincing the team they should be making calls, which every team should fully take control of all of their lead conversion and just put calls on the calendar for agents to show up on and then work the scripts and work the presentation for the agents, and the agents follow the yellow brick road to sign more clients. Because that way the team owner is completely in control of the growth of that team. I cannot stress how important that is. When you can control the leads and you can control the appointments, you literally control everything after that, and you can make whatever decision you want from there. So this one was building that out. The specific build was, I think, 12% commission, 5 people doing 400 outbounds a day, and then working the math backwards from there. All right, this was the last coaching call of the day, and this one was around ManyChat automation and marketing. If you guys are familiar with running ads on Instagram or even organic content, anytime you ever see somebody say like, hey, for more details, just comment, chicken below and we'll message you all the details. That's powered by an app called ManyChat. It's really cheap. It's $15 a month. And it's not the easiest thing to learn. It's not hard. It's not easy. But once you understand it, there's like a ton of conversion in that. In fact, I coach multiple teams and multiple agents that 80% of their CRM and 80% of the activities they do every day are all within ManyChat, which is basically Messenger on Instagram. And their job is just to create so much content on Instagram that people comment on posts. And based on the content or the comments that we get on those posts, there's some automation that clicks in. And then based on that automation and the responses that people give, that starts conversations. And it will blow you away how many appointments you can set in a DM and not ever talk to somebody, not ever text them, not cold call or anything like that. It's huge opportunity there. So ManyChat's definitely a gold mine, and that's what this call was. So that's a wrap for day one. Just finished all the calls. I think we had a total of 9 different Zooms today, which was more than was originally scheduled, which is fun, talking with people all day long. When we're in real estate, like that's where all the money is. The more conversations you have, the easier everything that gets. Every once in a while, when I do coaching calls, there seems to be a common theme that kind of weaves its way through all of the calls, not by any intent or any purpose other than most agents tend to struggle from the same thing, and that's predictive client acquisition day in and day out. It doesn't matter how big your real estate team is, how small the real estate team is. If you can streamline and predictably get client acquisition figured out in your team, scale is really limited to the ceiling that you create for yourself. Leads are easy. Attracting agents is easy. The process of getting somebody from a registration to the closing table is not easy, but it takes severe consistency. One of the reasons why we're kicking off this series, ideally this is a daily series. It's going to be really hard to be able to pull this off, but that's our commitment, is to be able to do something like this so that you guys can see that it's definitely likely, not even likely, it's guaranteed that I am going to fail more than I will win growing this Southern California team. And I think it's really important for people to see that, because we tend to get on social and watch all these videos and Instagram and TikTok and watch everybody online or from the stage, and we just automatically believe that all scale is like in a 45-degree angle, and it is 100% not the case. And so what I want to do is help you learn from the mistakes that we make growing this team. And if you're in Southern California, like, we should talk. I'll tell you exactly what we're doing. I think you're going to love it. If you're, trying to get from like 8 transactions a year to like 30 to 50 transactions a year, I think it's a total no-brainer. It's your brand. You control everything. So if you're in that area, we should have that conversation. Anything done daily for 2 years will change your life. You cut soda out daily, it will change your life. You cut alcohol out daily, it will change your life. If you cut smoking out daily, it will change your life. If you speak to 20 people a day about real estate every single day for 2 years, it will change your life. If you go live on YouTube every single day for 2 years, it will change your life. There's almost nothing you can't do consistently that won't have an immediate impact on your life. You just have to determine based on what your goals are, whether it's relationships, whether it's spirituality, whether it's money, whether it's, weight, any of that stuff. What is one thing that I could do every single day that if I did it for 2 years straight, it would be absolutely impossible that I fail? And I think your gut would probably tell you that would be the first thing that I would do then, which for us, I think, are these YouTube videos, and we'll keep doing it until I can prove that that's not the case, but I know it will be the case. The second thing is the quicker that you can take control over lead communication to appointment setting, like as a team leader, if you're a solo agent, like the more that you can focus on having conversations that are prospects into appointments, if you just optimized your entire day around that, your life would change. If you're a team leader, if you just optimize your entire day around having a team of inside sales reps or whatever you want to call them, their only job every day is 400 outbounds, 5 days a week, every single week of the year. You had 5 people doing that every single day. I don't know what the math is off the top of my head, but if you had 5 people doing 400 outbounds a day, I think that's 2,000 outbounds a day times 5, that's 10, that's 40,000 outbounds a month. Assuming their contact rate is only 10%, which means they're talking to 40 people a day, that should be 2 appointments times 5. That would be 10 times 20. That's 200 appointments a month that get set with those 5 people alone. We can pay them commission only. For most of you that run teams, that is the one division of your team that if you go all in on will completely change the financial bloodline of your future. And that's what these videos are to help you kind of understand. Anything focused on a day-to-day basis will grow. For us, we think it's going to be video. And then obviously the internal sales team will overlay events and all that fun stuff. But if you're looking to grow in real estate right now, there's no amount of AI is going to fix it. No amount of shiny penny syndrome is going to fix it. It's, are you willing to have the conversations every single day in and day out? And are you willing to track those and get better so that after 18 to 24 months, you're in a totally different spot you're in right now? I think what you're going to find is that life is going to be 180 degrees from where it is right now. We don't need the market to improve. We don't need interest rates to come down. We don't need more inventory. We don't need any of that. We just need more conversations. That's the answer to this whole thing. All right, that's it. So if this is valuable, click the like, click the subscribe button, join me on this journey. Like I said, I'll probably fail more than I win. There'll be a related video somewhere on this video right here. Click there, watch that, and I'll see you tomorrow.